We at the Rotary LGBT Fellowship are acknowledging the pain of the Transgender Day of Remembrance. Each year, on November 20th, transgender people light a candle and read out the names of all those who've been murdered in the last year throughout the world. Somewhere in the world, a transgender woman is murdered every day. This is surely unacceptable, and that is why we have the Transgender Day of Remembrance. Not only are we murdered more than average, we are also subject to suicide more than average. The attempted suicide rate amongst transgender women is 10 times the average of the population. 41% of transgender people attempt suicide. That is not the percentage of people who've thought about suicide. That is the percentage of people who've had a serious go at suicide. It is isolation and being shunned and disowned by friends and family that causes us this high suicide rate. Traditionally, when a transgender woman comes out, she loses half her friends and half her family. And this takes a very heavy toll indeed. That is why it is so important for transgender women to work to make transgender normal. My name is Monica Mulholland. I live in Queenstown, New Zealand. I was the second transgender president of a Rotary club in the world. Believe it or not, Cromwell, our next door club, was the first. I guess there must be something in the water down here. My wife is Joan Kiernan. She was the first female president of our Rotary club and the second female district governor of our district 9980. I am also, by the way, the first transgender president of an inner wheel club. I came out in March 2016, having been a member of the Queenstown Rotary Club for over 10 years. The part of New Zealand where I live is considered to be quite conservative, and a good percentage of our club are either retired farmers or have some connection with farming. When I told close friends that I was coming out, they were very concerned about how the Rotary Club would accept me. Some Rotary clubs in this part of the world used to be a little bit, shall we say, redneck. I informed the president and incoming president of the changes that were about to happen with me. They were fully supportive. So much so that the president said she would resign if the members did not accept me. My acceptance was so complete that she was never called upon to fulfill her threat. Thankfully for that. She read out a letter from me at a club barbecue, and while there was stunned silence at first, it was quickly followed by a round of applause. Suffice to say that I've been extremely lucky in my transition within Rotary, which is what one would expect from people who set their ethical standards by the four-way test. I've been fully supported by the club as both a member and as a president. Rotary New Zealand at both club and district level have done me proud and proved that this is definitely not your grandfather's Rotary.